Hey guys, welcome back to GM Dave. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna do my best to show you how to, fix Ines with this huge Nerf that she just got in this hot unfix 1.2.13. So, I kind of mentioned it in my last video. We'll test it out. See, before, without this whole arcade tuning thingy, okay, and her modules, this one, I was able to stay from stacks for her time of the hunting hound, her first ability, 3 stacks. I was able to stay between 2 and 3 stacks, just constantly spamming. Right now, I'm going down to 1 stack. I say you saw a 0 right there. Boom. See, even and it hit 0. I've never seen that 0 before. I'd never seen that red zone before. I didn't before this nerf. I was usually staying between the 2 and 3 stacks constantly. The only way you're gonna keep it up now, and her 4th ability, snare hunter. Look how slow that. Oh my gosh, dude! Look how slow that's. It went from the base went from 30 seconds to 90 seconds. That's base without any cooldowns. But with the cooldowns, you're gonna need to go into here. Now you're gonna need this. Right, to get anywhere. Before, with this, we managed to get her 4th ability snare down to 4 seconds, and that's a 4-second spam on the snare hunter, and that's a huge DPS buff too. So with the arcade tuning cooldown, I'm staying between 2 and 3 stacks on her first ability. See, and I had this before the arcade tuning. But because of the buff, the nerf, the unbuff, her damage went down all across the board, except, well, nothing happened to her 3rd ability, all across the board, meaning her 1 and 4. That's what she was spamming the most. It's basically her 1 is the bread and butter. So the 2nd ability got a buff and on damage, but the cooldown doubled. It doesn't seem big a deal right there. But without this, that's mighty slow. So before the buff with the arcade tuning, I had that in there. So then I didn't have to use focus with the -6 cooldown 6, so 12.2% cooldown. I didn't have to use this. I just went with this. Tech specialist and electric. So we can get more electric power and more tech power. See, 76.1 on the tech, 68.2. So more power. But with this nerf, even with the arcade tuning, let's check it out. So this is without the 12.2% cooldown. You're hitting zeros. This, yeah. Hear that? I'm hitting zeros. That sucked. You cannot hit 0. Yes, you're gonna be running around. Yes, you're gonna be jumping and flying. Yes, you're gonna be using your 2nd ability now, because I think that's what they want to do. Let me see. So we're gonna go with this. Okay, I think this is the only way to fix her. Let me see. Crit rate. I don't need the crit rate. Okay, look, I'm sitting at 98% crit rate. Okay, if I go to arcade tuning, if I go down even here, the 7% here. Let's -2 on something. Okay, here, we're gonna -2 on the skill power. No, wait, 3. Okay, 1, 2. So we're gonna have an extra 7%. That's... See, you're gonna reach a max of 100% crit. You don't need it. 98% is just perfectly fine. So we're gonna... Did we do that? There we go. So more skill power. 98% on crit rate is just perfectly fine. Skill range max. It's max because of that right there at 15 stack. Inversion. Otherwise, I'm nearing max. I'm nearing max range, anyways. So we're gonna talk about how to fix her, and this is it. Okay, this is how to fix Ines. If for bossing, I mean for Colossi, I guess before I didn't need this cooldown because that's 5. That requires 5 right there. I could have put the extra into Colossus right here. Okay, I could have put the extra into some HPs for survivability. A little bit of duration up. I really don't need the crit rate. You want the crit damage, obviously. But sacrificing that, a bit of MP and that for the Colossus damage. And now I don't know what the hell to do. Let me try to work around it. I don't think you can. I don't think there's a workaround. But for just basically dungeons, this is what you want. Okay? As much skill power as you can. You're not doing a Colossus, so I'm fine with that. You want max range. You want to go this route. Because this is just MP right here. Not a big deal. Again, for her, you want the ability of duration up for her 4th ability, Snare Hunter. You only need 1 of this, alright? Skill critical rate. You want it in the rest in so crit damage, MP, boom, cooldown. So this is her module that you're gonna go with. Okay, Time of the Hunting Hounds. Oh my gosh, dude, the damage and cooldowns is huge nerf. So I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be just pissed beyond belief. So you want nimble fingers and MP conversion, right? You also want the focus on tech because with the Time of the Hunting Hounds, all her abilities are tech. That's it. Without it, you're gonna get singular tech, singular tech. Right? Singular tech, singular tech. Time of the Hunting Hounds, you're gonna get all tech. Tech. So you want is all those cooldowns as much as possible so you don't hit that 0. Even at 12.2% cooldown, that makes a big difference from not hitting that 0 on your first ability. So you want the skill cooldowns, nimble finger skill cooldown. You want crit rate, insight, concentration for crit damage. Obviously increased HP for survivability. You want the expansion right here. You want to focus on, okay, front lines, crit damage, crit rate. Focus on tech for the cooldown, focus on electric for the cooldown, and amp control. You only need the 51.7% for the range. Even if you go the other routes, having what do you call it, the expanded range, maximum range, this is a huge loss. Okay, that is going way overboard. 94.4%. That is going way overboard. You needed this without the arcade tuning. That without the arcade tuning to increase the range, you needed this. But with the arcade tuning, you don't. So go ahead and go with this so you can have a bit of extra max shield. You know, just some extra defense for that. And then we're not using what's the other one? Emergency measure, right? Because with this, you're gonna go over 100% for her skill crit rate. Okay, so without that arcade tuning, you might use this as well, but you want as much crit rate as you can. But now, with the arcade tuning, you're gonna focus more damage, more on skill critical hit damage, crit rate, because you're nearing, like I said, you're nearing 100%. Right, 98. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So you'd want to go with that setup. You want skill cooldown. You want a gold roll on your skill cooldown and critical hit damage. Okay, so I managed to get this. I got another one with electric and tech damage. Without this nerf, I was thinking of buffing that reactor, but not since this nerf. So I have to stick with this. Again, you want to use the Slayer set for your skill power. Okay, I still not managed to find some gold rolls on that, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. It still works out fine. And for your weapon, you want the Secret Garden. Okay, it doesn't matter what the stats say here, because I mean, you can use it to fire, that's fine, but you're really focusing on her skill abilities. All right, because for the Secret Garden, which is pretty good for Ajax as well, because he uses second dimension, but you're using this. All right, pest control, the second one. When using a tech skill, grants the unique ability pest control with a set chance. Trigger rate 39%, custom resource 10%, da 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 da. Pest control, trigger rate 50%. You're always spamming, so you're fine. Duration 10 seconds, max stacks 3, firearm attack 5%, skill power 5%. We don't care about firearm attack. If you want to add some damage, you can. Firearm attack per stack 16, skill power per stack 16. This is what you want to go with, the Secret Garden. Okay, it goes perfectly well with her ability because you're spamming the first one, which is tech. All her skills are tech. You'd want to go this route, and that's it. That's how you fix her. Oh my gosh, dude. So you're gonna need this. I mean, in a dungeon play, if you're soloing, yes, you're gonna need it. If you're not soloing, you're gonna rely on other people. You're gonna be running around. You're gonna be jumping around, and also they just nerfed. You can't hide behind a wall anymore. You can't hide behind an obstacle. You can't hide behind a wall and just spam your first ability. That's not gonna work anymore. So they nerfed that. But which is okay. I get it. That's kind of fair. I don't mind that. So big nerf to her damage, big nerf to her cooldowns, which affects her damage. That one hurt. So it is what it is, guys. Try to do your best. So with the arcade, I guess you may not need this. When you're playing public with other people, you're gonna be running around a lot anyways. It's not a big deal. Or you can use this and go with instead of the 12.2% extra cooldown, you can what is it? Yeah, you can just go with tech specialist and electric specialist for more power. You don't really care about the cooldown. Yeah. It is what it is. Whatever you want, but I say go with this. So, alright guys, that's it. Have fun. I'm out. Let me know what you think. See ya. Thanks. Bye.